Hi everybody. We are going to do an all signs what to expect for the week of April 6th. Please remember roles can be reversed or flip-flopped throughout. I go by elements, fixed signs, and then cardinal, then mutable. Dun dun dun. I think that's it. I'm sorry I'm hella late. I cut myself by accident. You can't see it now because it's healed pretty nicely, actually. I think what day was that? Was that Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday, I forget what it was, but I took a chunk out of my hand, y'all. It wasn't like just a slice where I could super glue it back together. I took a chunk, and I tried to do a reading. I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday, Wednesday. Was it Thursday or Friday? I don't know. My days blur together. Anyways, I tried doing a reading and that shit hurt like hell. Did I get it? Okay. I had my doors open today. Sorry. While I was saging. Anyways, long story short, I needed to let that heal. And then while that was healing, I gloved up and finished. That sounded weird, gloved up. And I was working outside on my garden bed. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. I did go to my optometrist. They did fit me for contacts. They did not have my prescription in stock, so I still cannot see the comments from back here. I do see people are saying hi, so hello, but that's all I can see. Oh man. But anyways, I think that's it. It's going to be another week or so before I will have contacts and can see the screen. I'm trying. Dun, 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 dun. I know today's late just because it's late in the evening. I was celebrating some birthdays. So here we are. All right, let's get started. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Luna got out today. Fuck her. And you know she had the nerve. I was like, because I'm not going to go chasing after. I'm like, all right, you get picked up by the, the animal police. You're on your own. She moved the damn thing. So I have boards blocking because she dug underneath the dang gate. This little shit moved the boards. This is like a 10-foot board, okay? This is a huge board. How did she do that? I don't know. She doesn't even have thumbs, but she did it, and she got out. And anyways, I was like, well, when she comes back, she comes back. So, I don't know, a little bit later, all I hear is, woof, like she's barking to come in. She not knocked on the door, but she put the one paw on the door like, I'm here. Please open the door. I'm like, you fucking asshole. I love her, but my God. Anyways, she's laying in front of my door right now, looking at me like, don't talk about me. I do what I want. Oh my God. I love her. She gets on my fucking nerves. I thought she was an old senile dog. Okay, I adopted this dog thinking she was living out her glory days, couch potato status, just chilling. She's awesome, but man, she acts like she's 3. She's 12. She's fucking 12. She doesn't even have thumbs. How did she move the board? I don't know. I could understand if there weren't posts in front of it. Like there were literally 4x4 posts in front of it. So I don't know how she moved the fucking boards. I really don't. But anyways, how are you guys? Oh man. Anyways, all right, let's get started. The end of my story. The end of my rant. The end. Oh man. All right, let's get started. 426. Right? Like she's fucking 12. She's 12. Anyways, all right. Leo, let's get started. What's going on this week? How is it already April, first of all? What? Leo. Three of Cups on your side. Five of Swords on theirs. And what just flipped? The High Priestess for the connection. Okay. Why the Three of Cups? Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the King of Cups. Let me get these and then I'm going to grab another deck. Hang on. Let me see the Five of Swords. Really? Oh. The Death card. Oh, nice. Okay. Ow. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. Ow. Shit. Death. Three of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. What? Let me see the High Priestess. Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. The Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords. I don't need to clarify the Seven of Swords now. Okay, Hangman. All right. I do feel like you are surrounded by a particular, I feel like multiple energies, but there's one in particular that you do have a soul tie with of some sort. However, there seems to be, and it's kind of weird. It looks like they are somehow part of your inner circle or something you would consider stability. Now, for different people, this will manifest differently. So for some people, it could be a family member. For others, if you are, say, for example, working on your home, it could be a contractor, something, but like you know them on some level. Anyways, long story short, it looks like whoever is within the inner circle or within what you would consider around your stability tends to hold something over your head. I'm not a fan of it, and I do feel like you are somewhat aware of this, in all honesty. It looks sketchy. I do feel like you're somewhat aware of it, though. It's almost like something feels off, but you can't put your finger on it, and you're just kind of like waiting to see it kind of play out. Now, this one, it also looks like they perceive conflict to be some kind of a... It almost looks like they're prolonging some kind of a conflict or delaying some kind of ending here. It almost looks like they're waiting for an argument or something big enough to justify ending whatever this is, or something big enough to fight about. It's kind of weird. Instead of just being like, hey, this doesn't align with whatever I'm going through or wanting or whatever the case may be, or I don't know. It's weird. But I do feel like a part of you is aware of this with your High Priestess here, your intuition. It almost feels like you feel emotionally disconnecting from this slightly. So I don't know what it is to you, but it feels sketchy. So, okay. I just got another message. Hang on, what was that? For some of you, you could be having someone, it almost feels like around from your past coming back around. Something that already ended, something that was already... They could have either rejected you, ghosted, left you unread, something along the lines of like, don't contact me again. They acted like this was, done. But, it almost looks like you knew that they would eventually come back around with the Seven of Swords. Those are two very different messages. I don't know which one will resonate for you or if both will, but there you go. What the hell? Weird. All right. I can't see. 9. Oh, fuck. I forgot. I gotta change it. Hi. Aries. Okay. Aries. What's going on? The Temperance card, the nine, nope, Eight of Swords, the High Priestess. Okay. Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Fool. Whoa. The Magician came out kind of weird. I'm going to put it sideways. Six of Swords just came out sideways. Okay. And the Three of Swords. Okay. Let me see the High Priestess. Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. Ten of Cups. Four of Wands wanted to jump out too. Oh boy. I don't know if you were technically in a commitment with whoever this is, or you felt a strong sense of commitment with, or wanted that at least. Now, I do feel like wanted or wanting, I don't know. It looks like you are experiencing something to pay attention here. That's something that needs to be healed here with the Temperance card. It does have to do with your either an abandonment wound or some type of fear that you have with the Five of Pentacles. The problem is that you've got the Nine of Wands there. So it almost looks like you're detaching yourself so that you can just kind of move on instead of experiencing something for the fullness of what it is so that you can actually heal this. So it's almost like, nope, we're not feeling that today. We're gonna go over here now. Bye. Now, okay. You can only do that for so long. It's gonna end up showing up in multiple, if not almost all of different types of connections or throughout your life. It's gonna be sprinkled throughout. Now, again, roles can be reversed, so chill out if it's not you, okay? I think I'm one of the few tarot readers that will be like, I hope this doesn't resonate. So it makes me laugh when people like write that in the comments. I'm like, why would you want it to? What do you want me to do? Oh my gosh. Anyways, this energy, very much caught up in their head. They do feel manipulated, possibly emotionally manipulated here. And they are torn on whether or not to walk away from this or not. They are very much in their feelings, very much hurt here for whatever reason. So what's interesting here is that the High Priestess, you've got the Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, Ten of Cups. I'm not convinced. It could be, but I'm not convinced that this, what you're feeling right here, this pain, and what you're looking at or reminiscing, I'm getting reminiscing. For some of you, it could just be looking at the potential of what this could have been. But for some of you, I don't even feel like it's this energy. I know that sounds weird. I don't know. Maybe you're comparing connections that you've had throughout the past. I don't know. But it almost looks like you anticipate being hurt. I do feel like there is a looking back at what this pain is. And I do feel like it had a lot to do with this energy here. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. This energy, you know how I said will play out in multiple different connections or, throughout multiple avenues or facets of your life. I feel like this one was another one, and you moved on from this, went on to this one, and now this one is feeling some type of way, and now you're looking back at another situation where this happened. I know that sounds weird. For some of you, that's not the case, and it's the same one. Okay, fine. But for some of you, I feel like that is the case. So, yeah. Venus is still in retrograde, right? I think so. Let me look. I should have looked at that before, huh? Let me look at my calendar. I think it is. Yeah, it's in retrograde until next Sunday. So that doesn't surprise me. Okay. A lot of times during Venus being in retrograde, we'll bring up feelings of past situations and anything that ended in or was like up in the air, unresolved, or whatever the case may be, type of situations, and trying to clear the air or close out any past karma or whatnot. So that doesn't really surprise me. So yeah. But oh, I forgot to throw this out there. Hang on. Fucker. I thought I got it. Anyways, I forgot to throw this out there. Now, if my readings seem a little negative, it's because I focus on the energy of the time period that I post. That will be the most prominent, that you will need the most help with, okay? That's usually... It's usually not rainbows and butterflies. Why? Because people don't need, help with accepting a raise or, something amazing happening. All right. So I'm trying to help people go through the negative parts of life, or the rough parts, pits, whatever you want to call them. Okay. So if you're all up in my comments, you're so negative. Well, what the fuck do you want me to do? Help people accept something amazing? They don't need that. So I would hope not. So that's a whole other story if that's the case. Oh man. Oh yeah, we didn't do such. Duh. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm sorry. That probably sounds really loud, but there's a, what do you call it? A gnat that's driving me nuts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sag. Focus. My ADD is ADDing. All right, Saggy. Four of Swords. The Fool. The Ace of Pentacles flipped out in reverse. Let me see the Four of Swords. Five of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. The Seven of Swords. What? Let me see the Fool. Page of Swords. Two of Swords. The Devil. Ha! What? Let me see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What? Seven of Wands, the Star, the Judgment card. Okay, the Hermit's at the bottom of the deck. All right. I feel like you went through something. I feel like this is very past for some of you. You could be going through it now, or future tense. I don't know. I'm trying to focus on the week, but I feel a very past energy tonight. I don't know what's going on. There's an energy, and I do feel like it is this one, that you spent or are spending quite a bit of time healing from. Not necessarily from them. I'm not saying they're 100% to blame. We all have our moments. It's fine, but I feel like you are healing and are healing from whatever happened. Let me put it that way. I do feel like you are possibly entertaining the idea of some kind of a new beginning. I don't know if it's with a new say a project or new interest, like a romantic interest or a new hobby. There's something here where it's like, I want, to open that door. I do feel like you are not necessarily ready yet for that due to the Seven of Swords. It almost feels like, I feel like something or someone is watching you. I know that sounds weird, but you see how they're looking back? Normally, I don't get that. It's normally like a self-sabotaging kind of energy. But the way it's looking back, it's literally looking at the devil. Like, it looks really weird. I feel like I feel like you know this energy is watching you, especially with the Page of Swords here. I do feel like they possibly left you here to go out on their own, possibly explore, you know, is the grass greener on the other side? Whatever, okay? Now, it's interesting though, I do feel like they are watching you. If you're thinking about them, dreaming about them, something, and you're just like, why the fuck am I thinking so much about this now? Or, you know, whatever the case may be. I do feel like they are pulling quite a bit on your energy. Why? Because they're undecided about whether or not to approach you or not. I do feel like they think of you, if this is a romantic thing, please keep that in mind, because if not, then obviously don't apply the physical or the intimacy message. But for those of you that is a romantic thing, I do feel like there's, it's almost like, but the sex was great. So it's kind of weird how it kind of comes in like that. I don't feel like at this time there is going to be a new beginning due to the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is trying to fight that here. I do feel like this one with the Seven of Wands. It's like, no, but at the same time, they still want this. I do feel like they're going to obsess over this to the point where it's like, I can't fight this anymore and I have to make a decision. What is the decision? Let's ask. Eight of Swords. They don't fucking know. They're going to stress out even more. You know how I just said that? They're going to obsess over it until they have to make a decision. And then they're going to stress out some more. Who is this? What the fuck? Ace of Pentacles upright. Okay, and then the Five of Swords. They are going to come to the conclusion that if they come towards you for this new beginning, it's going to, you know, cause some kind of conflict here. I don't know if they're scared of being rejected by you or if they are worried about some kind of conflict that would ensue with your surrounding circles. I don't know, but like your inner circles. I don't know. There's some kind of conflict. So at least that they assume that will happen. What the hell? Oh, people are fun, man. Chickens and a dog, okay? I'm going to get a shirt that says that. This is why I have chickens and a dog. I am getting baby chicks this summer, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm getting so many. I can't wait to show you. Oh, man. Hi, Keeping the Faith. How are you? Oh, man. You guys are awesome. Thank y'all for being here. I never expect anybody to be on here because I'm always on like hella late or sometime like hella random. I'm like, no consistency. I'm consistently inconsistent. I'm a red flag. Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Oh my God. Sorry. Oh my God. All right, let's do Taurus. Taurus. What is going on this week? Monica, I actually thought about that. It all started with chickens and a dog. I thought about that. That's funny. Take the first one. Okay. Taurus, you've got the Nine of Wands. They've got the Eight of Pentacles. And then the Page of Cups is here. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. Eight of Cups. Oh, my Lanta. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Let me see the Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. The Chariot. Knight of Pentacles. What's up with the Page of Cups? Queen of Swords. The Hermit. Three of Swords. Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Huh. How do I word this? This is going to manifest differently for different people. If you are currently in something, you're showing me you can tend to be a little defensive and like not necessarily empathize or sympathize with the other party's point of view. You have a tendency to, even if it's like a small apology or something would like appease whoever this is. It's like, I'm not doing that. It's almost like a pride or ego thing. Now, for some of you, this could be way more drastic, and you're showing me you're blocking any kind of a new beginning and walking away from a particular connection or situation, whatever the case. Those are two, the energies are the same. It's going to manifest differently for everyone, but this is like emotionally, the first one is like emotionally checking out, and not giving a fuck and being very guarded and defensive, even though, like I said, this apology would appease that. For others, it's the more drastic one, okay? Now, on this side, this is an energy that is willing to work on things. I do feel like they have some, it almost looks like they're considering their options, and I'm not necessarily getting, is it out of love? I don't know what the options are. Let me ask. Because it looks like they're considering their options. It looks like they were convinced at some point that they didn't want to do this and that they were like full-fledged. There goes my hammock. Okay, I guess it got windy. What the fuck? Okay. It looks like they were all in, but at the same time, it's like they saw something, or maybe they're seeing whatever the behavior. I don't know if it's story 1 or 2 for you. And then they're going to slow down. It's like, maybe I don't want to actually give to the situation, because it almost looks like they're perceiving you to be a little egotistical or a little emotionally cut off here, and not really caring about who you hurt. That's what I'm saying. But let me see the 7 of Cups, because I'm not seeing romantic interest, although it could be. Yeah, the Hangman. No, that was a 10 of Swords. I was thinking of the Hermit. I was like, wait, what was at the bottom of the deck? King of Wands. The Wheel. 7 of Pentacles. I don't know if it's your perception of them having options, because it doesn't feel like multiple romantic ones. It almost feels like they're closing the door on different, how do I word that? Say you're in a room, I don't know, and you've got the window open, but there's multiple doors to the room. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. If the wind is strong enough coming in or whatever, it's going to create like a suction and it's going to start shutting doors. It almost feels like that. I know that sounds weird. So I don't know if they're like wrapping up loose ends in different things or what. So these options, it doesn't, although I guess it could be technically if somebody was having to close out different cycles through that, but I'm not feeling the romantic. So if it was like a past romantic situation that they're needing to close the door on, I feel like they're doing that here. Even if it's from an energetic perspective. It could be a work thing, it could be many things, but it does look like they're doing their best to close these different doors. I know that sounds weird, but I'm curious if it's because they're doing that, or they're doing that because they've seen this from you. So it's almost like, I recognize this behavior. I had a similar experience before. So obviously I didn't heal that, because if I did, I wouldn't be experiencing it right now. Kind of looks like that, which would make sense, especially with the Hermit here. Somebody's reflecting on that. Okay. I hope that made sense. That was weird. What the hell? Oh, man. All right, Capricorn. The Hermit. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Three of Swords. What's up with the Three of Swords? It keeps fucking popping out for everybody. 3 or the 10. Let me see the Hermit. Queen of Swords. 8 of Cups. 2 of Wands. Let's see the Nine of Wands in reverse. It almost looks like you're recognizing the fact that you have a tendency to run, like you're emotionally closed off, or detaching, or the tendency to stay detached from situations. It's almost like I can't get in too deep. I can't be hurt. I do feel like you're at a crossroads now. It's like, do I run from this or do I stay? And the outcome is obviously going to vary from person to person, situation to situation. If you want a personal, check out the description box. If not, deal with the generals. I don't know what to tell you. Let me see the Nine of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups. I feel like it scares you, in all honesty, because this person, it's like their walls have come down. They've shown that, it's like they're patient, they're stable with the King of Pentacles. With the Queen of Wands, I do feel like there's a chemistry here, but I feel like they're disappointed here in your lack of vulnerability. So let me see the Three of Swords. Now, I don't know who this is. It could be a romantic situation. It could be a friend. I don't know. Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, the Tower. Yeah, somebody's worried about being hurt. Okay. The Fool. It's almost like here today, gone tomorrow kind of energy. Well, that's going to be up to you, I guess. Whatever it is you decide to do. And that's going to be different, like I said, for everybody. So everybody's on their own healing journey, their own path. So if you're in a situation where you know you shouldn't be in, I feel like you're going to walk away. And if not, then okay. Let me see. Virgo. Dun, 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 dun. I can't see. It's ridiculous. Okay. Ow. All right, Virgo. You know that song, I always feel like somebody's watching me? That just like went through that line just went through my head. That was weird. If you had chickens and a dog, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Sorry. You'd be worried about the dang dog getting out and the fucking chickens trying to keep their shit off your porch. Lord. I'm sorry. You've got the Judgment. They've got the Ten of Wands. The Tower. Okay. Let me see the Judgment. The World. The Three of Swords. This Three of Swords is going around. What a whore of a card. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I called my dog a whore tonight. I was like, you're made for the streets. When she got out. My neighbor was just dying laughing at me. I was like, I'm sorry. And then he called her a streetwalker. I'm sorry. Okay. Be serious. This is so serious. Sorry. Ahem. Get your control of yourself, Amira. It's a job. Ah, what the fuck? All right, let me be serious because this is serious. I'm trying. It's a Tower. All right, you're making the decision here to have some kind of a new beginning. I do feel like whoever this is has shown their true colors. And I feel like you're making the decision to move on, even though you are I feel like you're heartbroken or you went through something quite painful in regards to it. I do feel like your intuition is guiding you at that time. I know the intuition card, the High Priestess isn't here, but I do feel like it's some kind of an epiphany here with this Tower. The Knight of Swords is cutting this out, healing with the Temperance and overcoming it with the Six of Wands. Now, what's interesting is that this energy here, it almost feels like they were playing some kind of games here. I don't know if this is at a subconscious level or if this is what their pattern is. I don't know. Now, it almost feels like when things get hard, they create some kind of conflict and they end up sabotaging it instead of finding some kind of a peaceful resolution. You know how some people handle conflict and they don't want anything at all, so they're completely avoidant, and it's like they don't want to ever rock the boat. But in doing so, you're silencing yourself, you're not talking about it, you're not voicing your concerns. There's no compromise. There's no healthy debates, there's no nothing. It's just you boil and boil and boil, something festers until you just pew. Tower. Pew. You kind of, blow up. So this is kind of like that. It's like, well, they wait and wait and wait until things get hard, and then they act in some kind of a sabotaging way where they have this inner conflict, and I do feel like it blows up to outer conflict, and they're not sure if they should completely walk away from this or not. It's almost a very indecisive energy, but I feel like you are going to be the one to make this decision, in all honesty. I don't feel like they're going to be at peace with it right now, but I mean, indecision is still a decision. If somebody's not sure about you, if it's not a a hell yes, it should be a fuck no, right? So I get it. So the end. Okay, I was serious. I can do it. I'm sorry. Oh man. I had a comment. Oh, I don't remember who it was, but they were like, why can't you be serious? And I was like, you should have seen me in the military. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. What were they going to do? Fire me? No. I cracked all of the inappropriate jokes. Oh my God. If I really had to be, I would, but it was very rare, in all honesty. Just didn't happen. You have a dog with 3 legs and a 1 eye named Lucky? Is that for real? Or are you trolling me? Sorry. Oh man, that's cute. Oh, baby. Poor thing. What the hell? That's wild. What the fuck? Oh my God. 38. I cannot fucking see. 45. Aqua. Aquarius. The Star card. Okay. The Sun came out in reverse. Wow. And it bent my card. Let's just flatten you out for a second. That was very dramatic. Spirits, what the hell? 4 of Wands. Let me see the Star. What? The Empress, 2 of Swords, the 8 of Cups. What? What did you do? Or what are you going to do? It's still fucking Bowie. What the hell? Let me see the Sun in reverse. You're just showing me that this is you're not sure if this is something you want. Although it's like, it almost feels like they check all the boxes, whatever the situation is. Say, for example, it's not even about a romantic person. It could be, especially since the Four of Wands is here, but it could also be, say, for example, you're trying to buy a house. I don't know, whoever, whatever this is, please remember everything is energy. Something, it feels like it checks all your boxes. At the same time, it's like there's one thing where you're just like, I am unsure about this. It almost feels like you're afraid to commit fully to whoever, whatever the situation is. So it's like, I don't know if you've already walked away from whoever or whatever this is, or if you are confused and you're confused about that, or you're revisiting why you did that, or if this is incoming. I really don't know. Let me see the Sun in reverse. Very interesting. Queen of Swords. Knight of Cups. Six of Cups. What? Let me see the Four of Wands. Seven of Wands. This is the fear of commitment. Yeah. Fear of commitment. Fear of abandonment. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Energetically not letting something go. Okay, so for the Four of Wands, you got the Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. So there is a fear of commitment. There was a flash of lightning. It lit up my whole backyard. All right. Fear of abandonment, fear of commitment here, and that does need healing here with the Four of Swords. I feel like whoever this is that you dealt with, I said it in a past tense, dealing with, dealt with, they started to become, I don't want to say a negative person while they were around you, but it feels like it almost feels like they started to change around you for some reason. Now, depending on whatever this energy caused you to do physically, because when you're in this energy internally and energetically, you're going to portray that, or, you know, act in a certain way, or say things, or, you know, whatever the case may be, to portray that. When you start acting in this energy, I feel like it has or had an effect on whoever this is. It almost feels like they started to become I don't want to say a darker version of themselves. It almost feels like a colder, because with the Queen of Swords, it's a very cold energy. The Sun is obviously hot, right? However, with it in reverse, it almost feels like this individual started to become a little cold here. They might have said some things or done some things out of character over time. Now, what's interesting is that I do feel like they wanted things to work out here with the Knight of Cups, but it feels really weird. Let me see the Knight of Cups. It's like when things were good, they were really good. Knight of Cups. The Queen of Swords again. But when they weren't, the Ten of Cups. Strength card. Heavy Leo energy. Which would make sense. I mean, that's your opposite sign. So, It almost feels like they held back their love, whoever this is. Even though they had it all for you with the Ten of Cups, for some reason they held it back. Two Queen of Swords, you ever heard that song, Cold Hard Bitch? And then it keeps going. Who's that by? Jet? Oh my God, that song is old. I don't even remember the rest of the song. I just got that line in my head. Anyways, I don't care if they're guy, girl, whatever. I don't care. But it's like they were cold-hearted, emotionally detached, even though they would come towards you with this Knight of Cups. I do feel like you felt the Ten of Cups energy, but you knew that they were holding back here for whatever reason. More than likely that reason right there. But it's very interesting because I do feel like you both had or have a sense of some kind of abandonment wound or issue here, ergo resulting in some kind of a fear of commitment or being all in to whatever this is. Okay. What the hell? That was confusing. Why y'all gotta do that to me? Dun 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 dun, Libra. Oh. Don't tell me anymore. It gets really hard when y'all tell me shit. Don't tell me anything. If you want a personal, book it, but don't tell me a dang thing, okay? Don't tell me shit. I always have to cut people off. I'm sorry. 4, 6. Okay. Libra. Yeah, Jet. Okay, cool. I have not heard that song in like a decade or two. Oh my God. Libra, you got the Queen of Cups. They've got the Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got the Strength card. You've got the Ten of Wands, 5 of Cups, the Tower. I even switched decks, and here we are. Same fucking cards. Let's see if the 3 of Swords comes out here too. Let me, or the 10. Let me see the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I think that's the first time it ever flew out over here. Don't hit your head. Okay. That would hurt. That thing's heavy. Oh, man. The World. All right, let me get the Strength. The Justice card. Well, that's yours. 3 of Cups. 5 of Swords. 7 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Libra, it looks like you are it looks like you have a lot of love for somebody. However, it does not look like things are panning out at this time. Now, again, I don't know what the context is, if this is a romantic thing, a friendship, a job, neighbor, I don't know. You have a lot of care here for whoever, whatever this is. But I feel like it is in the process of falling apart. And it almost feels like you need to let the tower fall. There could be some looking back at this with the 5 of Cups. It's like, oh, the coulda, woulda, shoulda energy. Everything happens for a reason, even if it's a shitty reason. Sometimes it happens because, people are idiots. We all do dumb shit. I don't know what you did. I don't know what they did. I'm not pointing. It's not my job to point the finger at, whose fault it is. I just see a really unhealthy situation here for you. In all honesty, it looks very hard. It looks painful. And it looks like it's been trying to fall. I'm getting it for a minute. And I don't mean 60 seconds. It feels prolonged, in all honesty. Now, on this energy side with the Queen of Pentacles, it almost feels like this is an energy that has been dead set on cutting or shutting the door on the situation so that they could have some kind of a new chapter. I do feel like you have a desire here to come back together, to balance things out, but you are withholding at some level I don't know if it's because you're afraid of conflict if you were to approach them with this, or if it would, if you're, I'm not getting rejection, I'm getting afraid of conflict. Some kind of conflict would ensue if you were to approach them for some reason. It almost feels like it would just be too hard. Now, I don't know, again, what the circumstance is, so yeah, it looks painful. I'm kind of surprised the 3 or the 10 of Swords didn't pop out. So, again, there had to have been something because the 7 of Swords was also at the bottom of the deck. So there was definitely some sabotaging energy, possibly some deceit between that and the 5 of Swords. So, that's not good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, thank you. I think I'm all right. Thank you very much. Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Nope, don't fall. Please don't fall. It's so far down, it's so far away. Don't do it. Oh man. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna put that over there because it wanted to jump out there. All right, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Oh. Let me see their side with the 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Okay, and then let me see the Hermit. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, the Fool. Queen of Swords is here. I feel like you're tempted to leave someone or something. I don't know if it's an actual person or if it's what is this? I don't know if it's a person or an idea, a belief, something. There's something it's been in your life for quite a while with the Wheel of Fortune. And if it's something new and your energy, it's like something feels off about the situation, it's like, it almost feels like something, but it feels so old. Unless it's past life, or you dealt with a similar energy previously to meeting whoever this is to you. The energy itself feels very old. I don't understand. It feels old. Well established, let me put it that way. And it looks like you're tempted to leave. Yeah, the Judgment card. You're tempted to leave. I do feel like you are going to end up making the decision to leave. Again, I don't know what it is, but it's something that you have or will be reflecting on for quite a bit here with the Hermit. I do feel like you'll start to take baby steps towards that direction and taking action and kind of on your own with whatever this is, okay? I don't know if this is cutting out a friendship, a job situation, a lover. I don't know. Again, please remember that. Don't know the context. this energy is, I feel like they are aware of your disconnect here, and I feel like they're disappointed. I do feel like they still want to build on this. And in their mind, it's like, well, we have history, we have, this, we have that. Why should we let this go? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. Yeah. Something does not feel right. I feel like when you're alone, you feel better, like away from whatever this energy is, whoever this energy is, and you feel quote unquote better, or like more at peace than when you're around it. But it's like, what would I do without whoever, whatever this is? Because yes, there is so much history there. Kind of feels weird. I don't know. Something does not feel right. Okay. Scorpio. Oh my God, we're already at water? Look at that, guys. Whenever I do the pre-recorded, I'm so fast. But whenever I do lives, I'm like used to it going for a couple hours. Oh man, I can't shut up. I'll be like, what's up? I talk to my chickens and my dogs, but adult interaction's a little limited. Oh man. Scorpio. I did not get my contacts. I did the appointment, but they did not have my prescription in person. Yes, honeybee, please get chickens and a duck. The world would be a better place. And you get fresh eggs. So good. Oh, man. Scorpio, you've got the moon. They've got the Queen of Cups, the Justice card. You see the moon? The Three of Pentacles, the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles. For the Queen of Cups, on their side, we've got the Five of Cups, the King of Cups, Six of Swords. Three of Cups. Again, please remember, roles can be reversed. Five of Swords. Eight of Swords. Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I feel like you catch yourself thinking about a particular energy or dreaming about them, possibly both. I do feel like you feel the situation was unhealthy and it wasn't in alignment with what you were wanting to build for yourself. It feels like you were wanting to build a certain life, and this energy did not act in a way that they could add to that. So it's almost like, I need to cut this out. I do feel like you felt a very strong bond with them. It does look like you wanted them to fill that role at some point, but it feels like it never really got anywhere, or they didn't display they could do that in a healthy way. It almost feels like it just kind of held you back. What's interesting is that they're showing me they're regretting that whatever that shoulda, coulda, woulda energy is here with the Five of Cups. They do recognize that they were that strong bond, like I said, that you felt, they felt it too. I don't feel like you were in your head or telling yourself, possibly like that was stupid to believe that. I'm not feeling that at all. It feels like it was very much reciprocated. They just didn't act right. Um, and I say that because obviously they had some unhealed traumas to deal with, and they just didn't, they chose not to do that. Um, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I do feel like they either acted in a way that forced you to detach and leave with the Six of Swords, or they might have been the ones to do so. Now, what's interesting is that there is an energy here to bring things into balance with the Justice card, either together or back together here with the Three of Cups. But again, and this is like a reoccurring theme tonight with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups. It's almost like, well, if I do, then what? There's going to be a shit show. There's going to be conflict. They could reject me. They could call me out. They could say this, or that, or like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Kind of moment. Um, all right. I do feel like the reason why you're either thinking or dreaming about them is because they are in this Five of Cups energy where they're in a lot of regret here. So, okay. You snooze, you lose. All right, Cancer. I'm gonna make another channel, and I'm gonna put like all my random shit on there with my dogs, my dog, singular, chickens plural, and I don't know, maybe throw my herbs and everything on there. We'll see. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that. I would be able to show way more videos of that because I am always working out there on this random shit. Oh man, did I do that? No. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to do that. It all started with chickens and a dog. I think that's too long. We'll see. Chickens and a dog. Oh man. Oh man. All right, Cancer. I wish I still had Darth Vader. I had this I am Samani chicken. He was a rooster. He was all black. It looked creepy as shit. We call my son called him Darth Vader. Oh no. And his son was a mix and had like the flashiest comb and feather. Anyways, long story short, his name was Tony Hawk. I wish I still had them. But and that was not Klaus. Klaus was a little bitch. He was a big ass fucking rooster. He was almost as big as my 6-year-old. Like he was huge. Kind of terrifying. I'm exaggerating. Not that big. Maybe a 3-year-old. No, he was bigger than my niece. She's 4. So, anyways, Cancer. You've got the 4 of Cups. I had to get rid of the other ones because I was in Virginia at the time. In the city, I had a Karen in the yard. Apparently, it was against the rules. We could have chickens, just not roosters, which I didn't know. But somebody complained. Whatever. Fuckers. If you wanted eggs, just ask. You could have blackmailed me. I would have complied. Shut your mouth. Oh, man. Ah! All right, you've got the 4 of Cups. The 7 of Swords is in reverse. How'd that happen? 5 of Swords is in reverse. Oh. Whoa. King of Swords is in reverse. Why is everything flipping out in reverse? Did I do something? Did I fuck up? No, they're all upright. All right, I guess they're all just flipping out for you. All fucking wild like. It looks like you're disappointed here in some kind of action here. I do feel like there's a sense of not wanting... I'm so sorry. Give me a second, please. Hang on one second. What is happening? Oh my God. So my son, my oldest, snuck on a game. What is it? Roblox. I can't say that. Anyways, apparently, I thought he was hurt. Somebody beat him. What the fuck? He's not supposed to be on this late. After 8 o'clock, electronics are supposed to be off. So when I get out of here, I'm gonna have to go. Okay. Anyways. Back to your reading. Seven of Swords reverse, Five of Swords reverse, King of Swords reverse. I don't like the King of Swords in reverse, especially with the Queen of Swords here in the connection. I do feel like there's some conflict or a desire to clear the air here, but you're not happy with whatever is going to transpire or the clearing. It's almost like it's not really clear. Like the air's not cleared after that. I'm curious what... I don't know what's going to happen though. Let me see their side on the Tower. The World, the Three of Wands, the Hangman. It looks like this energy is pulling back a little bit here. Possibly like pumping the brakes I'm getting, and it kind of feels like out of nowhere, where it's like things were looking promising and then all of a sudden something happens here with the Tower. I don't know what it is though. Let me see the Queen of Swords. Four of Wands, the Justice card again. The card keeps coming out. And the Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. There's some kind of a crossroad here. I do feel like something is either going to happen or it's already happened, and it showed like a side of... I don't think you like how this person handles conflict. I feel like this is an individual that needs some space and some time to reflect, probably process some things, and before they can move forward. I don't think you like that, in all honesty. I feel like you might call them either immature or emotionally, I don't want to say slow, because it doesn't feel slow, but I feel like your perception of them feels rather detached and very, it might seem cold. Say, for example, this person needs space and you're calling them a million times, like, let's squash this, let's do this, let's do that. And they're just like, I need a fucking minute. Or they just ignore your calls because they're just like, I need a minute, I need a minute. I don't know if they voiced that to you or not. Now, obviously, if they didn't, then, you know, that's, give it a minute. But it feels like, I don't think you like how they handle conflict. But what's weird is like they're not showing me anything crazy. There's no devil, there's no, you know what I mean? It just looks like they need some space, some time. So, I don't know. I don't like that the King and the Queen of Swords is what's representing you guys. So I don't know what the context is. It's something to do with a commitment here because of the Four of Wands. So I don't know if this is a more of a professional thing, a friendship. I don't know. Now, if this is a romantic thing and the King and Queen of Swords is what's, you know, representing you guys, I don't like that. But, you know, whatever. Okay, Pisces. Extra born common. What? No, Roblox. No, my kid's 10. Bro, chill out. No. Electronics go off at 8 o'clock. And they did get extra time tonight. Not after 8, but they got extra time earlier today because they did extra chores. So I normally have a cap, and then they were able to exceed that due to doing extra chores and stuff. But anyways, they were supposed to be off of it. Anyways, he got butt hurt that he lost the game or something. I don't know. I was like, what the hell? I thought he stepped on something or got hurt or something. I don't know. Fell. I don't know. What the hell? All right, Pisces. Ah. Ten of Cups. The Hermit. The Hierophant. Let me see the Ten of Cups. Nine of Cups. Three of Swords. Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Five of Cups came out sideways. I'm going to get the Hierophant. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Queen of Wands. The Magician came out with it. All right. Six of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So there is some kind of a soul connection here for you. We go from the Ten of Cups to the Nine of Cups. And the fact that it reduces here is painful. There's a desire here for love within this dynamic. This almost feels like it almost feels like anxious attachment. Now, I don't know, again, roles can be reversed, so okay. It almost feels like I don't want this to hurt, so I want to bring this together, have a new beginning here within this, or, you know, whatever the case may be. What concerns me is that you're showing me the Ace of Cups, they're showing me the Ace of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. I'm not a fan of that because it almost looks like, as long as it makes sense on paper, it looks good, you know, from the outside looking in, some type of, it's like perspective, the perspective of, or perception of other people inward, it needs to look good. I don't like that. I don't like the Five of Cups being sideways. If it was this way, I would have been like, you know what? They actually have some kind of regret or remorse or, you know, whatever the case may be over whatever it is that happened that caused this Three of Swords. The fact that it came out sideways, that's sketchy as fuck, okay? At least it didn't come out completely in reverse, but it definitely came out sideways. So it's almost like they justify whatever they did or whatever they said, because the Queen of Swords can be kind of harsh, okay? I do feel like whatever they did or said was, like I said, very painful here. The fact that the Five of Cups also came out sideways along with the Hermit shows me that they are unable to truly reflect I don't like that. Truly reflect and take accountability. I don't like this energy. I know you're not tuning in to hear me. I like or don't like this energy, but it feels very cocky. Very, very cocky. If this is a romantic thing, they could use manipulation, sexual, like intimacy here, as a form of manipulation. Almost like to create this, I don't like this. It's almost like to rush a connection here, so that you won't let it go. I don't like this energy. Very attractive. They know they're attractive. I'm telling you, they're cocky as fuck. I don't know who you're dealing with, but I don't like this. It almost feels like they can do what they want or say what they want because you're not going to leave. Ugh, I don't like this. Mm-mm. No. No, I don't like this energy for you, in all honesty. I think they're... Oh, it almost feels like I don't want to say that. It almost feels like they can say or do what the fuck they want and you're not going to leave. I don't know if you've enabled this person for however long. I don't know if this is a new thing and they just have one hell of an ego or what. I don't care for it, in all honesty. I can ask to further clarify. Just let's give them the benefit of a doubt for a second. Let me see the Magician. The Six of Swords. Bruh. Are you going to give me a couple more or no? Page of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. So it almost feels like they leave, or they say they're going to leave, or they act like they're going to leave. Like I said, emotionally, some kind of detachment here with the Queen of Swords and it scares you. It's like it activates your anxiety a little bit. Now, I don't know if it's full-on anxiety or if it's just your longing to be with this person, but it almost like it activates some kind of pain here, which is crazy to me because it's like, oh, let me apologize. Should I go back? Should I come back? Yeah, they'll be there. They'll be there when I'm ready to come back. I don't like this energy. I don't like it. They're very manipulative. This is the Magician is a manipulation kind of energy, okay? Why? Because you're manifesting, you're literally creating the energy, the life that you want, whatever it is. That is manipulation. It's a form of manipulation of energy, whatever the case may be. Why? Because you're creating. It's still a manipulation, even if it's a good one, okay? Please keep that in mind. Now, when it's tied to leaving and then possibly coming back around, or are they trying to trigger some kind of an apology from you? Or like wanting you to chase them? This is a very, it's like an energy that needs validation for whatever reason. I don't know if they're jealous, kind of thing. Now, if somebody's jealous, that is not cute. That is a fear of abandonment, okay? They're, God, Lord. Please look into that if that's a thing. Lord. I don't like that energy. I don't know. I'm a sage. Sorry. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. Oh, God. Okay. Whale. Don't Google MILF. What? I am so confused. What? All right, the end. Okay, I'm so confused. Dun 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 dun. Whale, how have you guys been? I'm sorry I missed this weekend. It was rough. But my hand's healing well. I can actually shuffle now without wincing in pain. I can't believe I did that. I took like a good chunk out. It was with a steak knife too, of all things. I was like, the serrated. The moment. Oh, man. But yeah, how are y'all? Oh, man. I really appreciate you guys being here. Where did the fly come from? I was trying to kill a gnat earlier, but you bastard. That's what I get for opening up everything, trying to air everything out. Dun dun. But yeah. Yeah, no, I took a chunk out. Like it was like if it was sliced, I think I said it in the intro, but if I had sliced it, I could have just super glued it together like deployment status. But I actually took like a good chunk out. Of all the things, I was cutting an avocado. Anyway, that's what I did. Serene, what the hell? See, if you had a rooster, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, Lord. All right. But yeah, no, I can actually like close my hand. I have to wear gloves when I was out there working on my garden beds, but that felt pretty gnarly. But it feels all right now. So thanks. But yeah, that's why I didn't come on Friday. And I probably should have said something in the comments, like the post or whatever, but I feel like only maybe 10% of y'all actually see that, if that, maybe 5%. So I was like, I think we'll survive without a weekend reading. Right. Could have called me Hook. What the hell? Why not? I need to watch that movie. I had what was it? There was a scene, she was like, the children. Wendy. Yeah, the end. Okay. It's a good movie. I love Robin Williams. Oh my God. I miss that guy. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna go chastise my children for not listening. So I gotta go be a mom. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and a good week. Please don't hyperfixate on these things, okay? Like, I know I'm not your one and only tarot reader, which is fine, I get it. But just make sure you guys don't hyperfixate, please. Please, please, please. These are all energies that you can change, okay? So, yeah. All right. I love you guys. Bye.